Each man needs his own style, one which suits him. And any wise man chooses one matching his abilities and concentrates on that.
You see, we can't say nothing, you know? You see, we can't say a goddamn thing in this world.
Oh, I mean, no, because inclusivity. Apparently, you should be able to say anything. Free speech and all that.
So how that work with and
Free speech. There has to be room for everything. You can't fight for one side and don't fight for the other. I have this argument all the time at work. Because, not really an argument, but anytime anything biblical come up, I always play devil's advocate.
I check out.
No, them don't bring up like church things, but like anytime a situation occurs and like I know that people like the other day one of the girl them was talking about Batman, right? Like she's from the inner city and like I understand like she's a product of her environment, right? And I'm trying to like just to get her to think about it. Even if not change her mind, I just want her to think about the beliefs that she have and like just question your beliefs. Don't just accept it because of that your bond comes see, right? So my thing is to her has always been, I said to her, like anytime we have anything about homosexual come up, because then we walk past the store, we see them outside, it just becomes a topic of conversation because that's just Jamaican culture, I guess. But I'll always say to her, like, did you choose to be straight? Did you choose to like man?
That's always my argument.
Like, I never choose to like woman. Like, I honestly believe homosexual, it has to be genetic. You have a bond with it. And I say, even if you can't look at it from a anecdotal standpoint, in that you didn't choose, I never chose, this was just what I felt and what I went with. Look at it logically. Why would somebody choose to be an oppressed group? Like,
there's a lot of people that do that currently, though.
No, why would I choose to be?
There's a lot of people that do that currently for social brownie points.
No, brother, why would I choose to put my life on the line?
There's a lot of people that
for clout,
unfortunately do that.
Put my life on the line for clout, brother.
Not arguing for the argument you were having.
I know, I'm just saying
that question, that argument for is actually an argument against, if you look at it, because a lot of people do. The world is a madness about a lot of people. All right,
you mean go make a man fuck me for clout, brother? Like that can't.
Whoa, I'm
just saying. But that's what you're saying.
Actually, no, that's not what I was going to say. I was saying about the whole people will try to be a quote-unquote oppressed group or have something wrong with them for social brownie points. You know me, I love a Reddit story. Big up the page, Mark Narrations, you guys should pray it. He'll like read out Reddit stories, blah blah blah. I was listening to one, must be 2 nights ago, and I was working. It's great to have while you're working. A woman she had her baby shower coming up for a rainbow baby. I found out what that is. So if you've had like a couple of miscarriages or stuff like that, the baby after rainbow baby. So she's having a baby shower for that. Her sister wanted to announce that she was pregnant at the baby shower. Told her absolutely not. Of course, there's a falling out that occurs. But long story short, at the end of it all, the sister was never pregnant. Oh, after saying that she wanted to announce the pregnancy and like she wasn't allowed to announce the pregnancy, she then announced 2 weeks after that she had a miscarriage and she got a lot of sympathy, la 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 la. None of that was true. She did it for the attention. A lot of people do that. It's a sick world out there, man.
So anyway, I was talking.
It's a sick world out there.
Before I go any further, I'm going to explain an economic principle called ceteris paribus. It's a Latin phrase, mean all things being equal.
Oh.
So when you are calculating things in economics, obviously you calculate them in a vacuum because there are many contributing factors to the outcome of these calculations that you're making. But you calculate them ceteris paribus, all things being equal, i.e. within the vacuum of this is all that there is. So that is my conversation with them, ceteris paribus. This is just within the confines of it. Yes, you are right. People are out here doing weird shit like that. Just for social brownie points. But
it's a madness.
They are the madness within this world. So no. But I tried to just get her to consider the beliefs that she just inherited from her upbringing, basically. And I like, because she said her son keep asking for like rainbow colored things. He's like 3. And she's like, no, she have been telling him that rainbow is for girls. I'm just like, and then, so because sometimes she uses the Bible to justify the homosexual thing, I said, but is your dog make the Bible?
Is she married to her child's father?
Brother.
Ah, cool.
But wait, even the other
why
day.
people always cherry pick the shit?
Wait, no, brother. So Friday or Saturday,
And
when
if you're using the
we're having
Bible,
this conversation
wasn't
Friday
that
or
a promise
Saturday.
from God? Wasn't that what the rainbow
Right,
was?
and
I'm
that's-
not gonna flood it again because I'm sorry to cut you. Old school God, big stick mentality. Loved it. Absolutely. As you're saying.
She was saying she just don't like them, right? I was like, what's the issue? I just don't like them. Like
And
them
that's
them
your
lifestyle
problem.
just nasty. I said, yeah, but how does it affect you? It doesn't. Something just wrong with it. I said, listen, you have no moral leg to stand on in this argument, so you can't have an argument that concerns their immorality when
shouldn't.
you're living an immoral life.
You shouldn't, but people
She walked
will.
away. So she's just like,
rude.
listen, this is just how I feel. I said, listen, I get that this is how you feel. I'm just asking you to question that feeling. Like there are other things.
Remember
Like-
having a conversation the other day and we came to the conclusion that like some people are aware of their thoughts but don't want to think about why they think that. That blows my mind because like
That wild to me
you
still.
are aware that you have a thought or you feel a way about something.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it stops. You don't want to explore why do you feel like that. Not saying that you should do that to change, simply to understand self.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to understand self further? That like no.
That's everybody apparently.
But that is to each his own. But to this own, that wild to me. That absolutely wild to me, bad man. You know, I'm sure whoever like monitors my Google searches wonders what the hell is wrong with me. If a thought come to my mind, why? And then look it up. That's why I end up knowing so much random shit. But the concept of knowing you think or feel a way about something, but not wanting to explore or know why, just to understand yourself, not saying you need to change your mind, but just to understand yourself is too much. That's crazy to me. But maybe I enough. I don't know.
I like having those conversations with them because
You
they're
like frustrating people. That's what you like doing.
no, it's just like because they're
Call a spade a spade.
they
my
have
nigga.
no counter argument, and their only I shouldn't say that. Their only counter argument is
the good
emotion
book.
based. No, emotion based. That's how they feel about it, and you cannot counter emotion with logic. All I have in my arsenal is logic. I can't tell you how to feel about something when you already have decided how you are going to feel about it.
Yeah, but you can work on understanding their feeling and then coming at it from that angle.
I already
I
understand.
believe
it.
they call that no, not understanding and then going Mumbai, you done for feeling that. Understanding that and then putting your foot in their shoes and then attacking it from that side.
Those shoes would be done
empathy.
because they're done for feeling.
A little empathy, Bob. A little empathy.
I don't have that.
He doesn't.
That's why I have friends with empathy.
I do. Maybe a little too much sometimes. but-
Exactly. I have this much, you have that much, and when you put us both together, fusion
You
R,
make a whole
we meet in the
nigga.
middle.
It's a
Like
fusion.
exactly, like just like that. And then
For sure.
In the middle.
Go thanks. Just say.
that's how I don't care. It's
Hey,
he
man.
still could do the ghosts.
Hey man, more power for the
Super
key.
Kame Kame
more
goes.
space to store key, okay? Just so you know.
What them feel like, bro.
Yeah, I can't get past that the concept
Have
of
empathy. It is dunce. You
No,
can't
no,
have
no.
a dunce feeling.
nah, send it.
Like, I'm sorry.
A lot of time, here's the thing. A lot of times, if you can understand where the person's coming from, and you're like, all right, cool. You can phrase the sentence or sentiment better for them to understand. It's more, you can put it in a more palatable way to be received by them.
I get that.
And then you push through that thick wall of dunceness. But that's only if you care to.
I get that.
I don't care to with a lot of people, so I will literally do what you do where I go, all right, cool, you do it, man. And just move on.
It's not even care. I just don't have the ability. Like I don't.
I don't have the capacity.
I've given you the facts. You have all the facts in front of you that should lead you to the same conclusion I have come to. I am not forcing you to come to my conclusion. I'm just giving you the facts.
Remember we had this conversation the other day off air. Like the human brain is a self-justification engine. If, like we said, that old quote, no man willingly does evil. or willingly, knowingly does evil. So in order to do an objectively evil act, they usually rationalize it in their mind. That's what the mind's good at doing. It's a self-justification engine. No, you're saying that the person processes stuff through feeling and emotion, la la la. When confronted with objective bombard, say it might be right. I don't feel good to a lot of people. So them don't want to explore that. So them just shut down.
Yeah, fine. But I'm not going to comfort you. I've given you the facts. Here they are.
I shall not cuddle you, you idiot.
If they shatter your worldview, babe, I'm fine with that. Pick your fucking pieces up and get on with life. Like, this is just the reality of the world we live in. Like,
here's a broom, nigga.
My thing is, right? Like, she is, for me, just a microcosm of the wider Jamaican society in that she has the feelings a lot of people have. I personally, I am not, I couldn't like a man in that way. Like, man to me, just nasty. Like, them don't wipe them bottom properly and them thing there. Like, I couldn't imagine
you
being...
not wipe your ass properly?
I do. But Martin, be honest, the vast majority of man nasty. And you know
we hear
that,
a lot
brother.
of skid mark stories, guys.
Brother, like, I couldn't imagine...
happens, but wipe your ass.
My brain couldn't wrap itself around an intimate moment with a man. Like, no way, no how. Right. So, and that's why I said, like, and that wasn't a choice. Like, that's just biologically how my wiring was made.
I think I've said this on the podcast before, but the first memory I have that, like, looking back on it, I understand. Sailor Moon. When they were doing that magical girl transformation and it was a silhouette of them changing, so it was implied that they were naked.
Yes.
It made me feel uncomfortable as a kid. Looking back at it as an adult, I'm like, oh, I was horny. I didn't pick that. I just like woman. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it just, so if that's how it works for me, I assume that's how it worked for you too. So that's my thing. So I can't get the Jamaican mindset of hating them, burning them out, that them nasty or whatever. Well, that comes from the fact
she's like,
you always say Jamaica is a republic thing. There,
it's a church,
a right wing republic country. A lot of that's based in biblical reasoning. The church, so they have that indoctrination, and in that indoctrination, as we've just said earlier, I feel this way, but that way explore why I feel this way, which is why what's the phrase used? A lot of people are emotionally constipated. So if you don't know what the fuck exactly you're feeling, you're just gonna produce rage, which is why you have violence and a lot of anger and because you can't really... Why you feel uncomfortable? I don't know, but I just feel uncomfortable.
No,
so
ask the question.
Like,
just ask
that's what it is.
People are so afraid of asking questions. It's amazing. But even of themselves. People don't want to ask themselves questions, much less for ask other people.
I wish you guys... Naturally, I'm really happy you're not in my head. Because a lot of times, like, I'll do something and I'll stop and think, was that in alignment with, like, how I think up here and how I feel in here? Because then that's how your action should be. Because if all of that is aligned, you'll have, peace.
I thought that like that has never occurred to me.
I think that all the time sometimes. Whereas I'll just be doing something blah, 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 and then it'll occur to me. Was that the right thing to do? Run through it in my head, yeah, all right, cool, move on. I do that all the time.
So, I think about things a lot. So I've thought about myself in some of that thinking. And the character alignment chart? I'm lawful neutral.
I'm chaotic neutral, but I want to be lawful good.
I'm lawful neutral, which is weird for me because I thought I'd be like true neutral.
Just me.
But I'm lawful neutral because like shit should have an order to it. Like
we might like
things should be done for a reason. Things shouldn't just be done.
Like when we talk here, you guys might think I'm the more structured one. I am in terms of self-identity.
It's just my flavor that is
in terms of self-identity, in terms of the world and getting and like how things should be. This man walk into a kitchen and then we'll go, all right, the flow of how the kitchen should be laid out. I go, where's the fork drawer? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here's the thing. With the flow, I wouldn't have to question where's the fork drawer. Like, there's steps you take when you're doing things and you have to minimize the step from prep counter to refrigerator for travel time and you need storage space. No, it's just, they're things, man. They're concepts.
That's his flavor of the tism.
they're like, oh my God, I hate island stoves sometimes. Like, cause sometimes I'm just there and there's nothing around. I need a sink. If you're going to have an island stove, I need to have a sink by that stove because you have a sink beside your stove currently, don't you?
Yeah.
Exactly. So why is there no sink in the island? I have to turn around.
What's wrong with that?
The flow is fucked, man. Like,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, this is the pepper all over again.
The man was great.
It's the pepper all over again.
The man was great. Me
That's-
talking about islands and sinks.
You have to have a sink in your island, man. Just,
Hey man, everyone's got their flavor.
if the
of
stove
things
on the
they like.
island, as a matter of fact, if the island should start with the sink.
What's yours?
If it's trains, you're.
Yo, that bro.
If it's trains, you don't have to pay to do the test. You're qualified.
If you guys
get me.
know the videos of bro, I don't care, man. Just
There,
Google,
there's
just
this
Google
guy named-
TikTok train enthusiast.
Oh, God,
just
what's
Google
his
that, bro.
name?
Let me tell you.
He is the man. He's
separate
yo,
episode,
that
I'm
man
just
is
so
the
excited he
happiest
gets.
person, the human being ever. Like him, though.
He's Sheldon Cooper.
Oh
right?
man,
It's not about how excited he gets for locomotives. He doesn't call them trains, locomotives. All right, it's the
Be
camera
precise.
angle at which he chooses to express.
he has a
that
360.
happiness.
He has a 360 camera on his forehead.
So his face looks like ET.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor, man.
And like the train drivers are like expecting him now.
Fam,
Like he's like a local celebrity.
His enthusiasm
They
is
took the
honestly
horn
infectious.
for him, and when they took the horn, him like nut. Like it's
I love
crazy,
how happy
man.
he gets about the trains.
No,
But
him
that-
living like he's
that camera
him
angle,
high
though,
off a life. He's one of them people
why'd you
who
pick-
high off a life.
Why'd you pick that camera angle? Other than that, though,
You get
I'm
the
re-
feeling, bro.
I'm really happy. Like I like seeing videos of people doing stuff like that, and just how
I
geek
follow
they get about
my
random
Reddit
shit.
isn't all what you see, you know. I follow R Make Me
God,
Smile.
that's, yeah, man. Bob's Reddit is
And good
not my
news.
Reddit. We're on different algorithms
On everything, yeah.
on everything, and I adore it so much.
When I come to your house and I open your Netflix, I'm like, does Netflix have these things?
Yeah, I haven't paid for Netflix in 2 months, right? Because I don't use it. I have Disney Plus for free. I'm mostly on YouTube anyway, and Crunchyroll. I haven't needed to use.
You pay for Crunchyroll?
Yeah, I haven't needed to use Netflix. I just haven't had it for 2 months. Today, I was at my parents' yard chilling, and Tina is on a phone call with them, and she goes, "Is something wrong with the Netflix?" And in my head, I go, "Fuck."
Other people use it.
I completely forgot. Right? I completely forgot that. Oh yeah, wait, hold on, shit. There are 4 profiles. It's not just
That's
me.
responsible.
And
shit.
then like I go, so I say, yeah, I haven't paid for it in 2 months. And then Minerva turns around, what? But my show is back. And I go, you wouldn't have remembered this. All right, fine. I mean, Netflix ain't nothing, but it's just I don't like having a lot of streaming services. I feel like I'm right back to
Bro, I have
cable again.
Prime, Disney, Flix. It's not me. HBO too, yeah.
Cable.
I have all 4 because Samantha want to watch one thing on this one thing on that one thing on the other one.
Just get thing there, my what you call it?
Cable.
No, not cable. Not
Digital cable, like fiber.
the one with the Pegasus. And the stars.
Paramount?
Yeah, just get Paramount Plus.
Why?
And just finish the Infinity Stones are streaming. The man have all of them. Just finish
Bro,
the
I
Infinity
looked
Stone
the
and
other
rule
day.
them all.
The other day we're budgeting my
Not for nothing,
and
though,
she was like,
HBO
yo.
is-
She was like, yo.
You know who you are. Thank you for busting me on HBO Max. Absolutely amazing.
it's good. And she-
I think HBO
and
Max might be the best streaming
most
service
movies-
for adults.
yeah. Most good movies, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Netflix
good
has a lot
movies,
of
good
shit.
series, good animation.
But no, we're budgeting the other day, and she was like, we need to cut back. I was like, we need to get rid of one of the streaming services.
Or a few. You know, everything we watch on streaming, we can like Captain Jacket, right?
And she was like, no, I need them. I said, why?
Convenience.
I said, why? We don't, like our TV in the room doesn't even have a Disney Plus app. You have to go out in the living room to watch
You
it.
have Digital Play. Why are you paying for Disney Plus? Every Digital Play account comes with a Disney Plus free account free.
Real talk?
Real talk.
I tell her.
Yeah, real talk. You know, I don't pay for my Disney Plus.
I don't.
They have that bundle. They have and it's for like the next year. Every digital, have to have the cable and internet. You can just have one or the other. Tip for you guys too. Comes with a Disney Plus account bundled free.
It's not sponsored. If it's shit, that's not our fault. If it's great, thanks. You're welcome.
That's how I watch Disney Plus. Like I don't pay for Disney Plus.
I'm
bro.
saying if it's not in your area, not our fault. But if it's
yeah.
great, you're welcome.
Yeah, big up. This is for Jamaica.
Not sponsored.
It's not sponsored. It should be, but it's just a convenience. I don't think we should gatekeep little conveniences like that.
Nigga, I don't like it's cable.
It's
I don't
cable
even-
all over again.
I go home I turn on the TV when I get in the room.
White noise.
I lay down. No, I press the button so the home stuff comes up. I lay down on the bed, take out my phone, and I realized that after a while, I'm sitting there with the TV on my phone, and I go, so I just wasting light, turn off the TV, and then the TV don't turn on. Like I don't, you know me, I don't consume visual media like that.
I consume visual media. My TV really turn on the most when people are here. When people aren't here, I'm on my couch and I have my phone in this hand and the laptop right there, or I'm upstairs in like the editing setup with the big screen right there and the laptop right there and my phone beside me. These black mirrors have taken over our lives. And I'm a little uncomfortable. How not uncomfortable I am with it. If I drive into work, I've done this before several times. Driving to work, realize shit, I left my wallet in my other pants. That's a thing that actually happens to me, right? I forget to take my wallet out of my pants because I just
on your phone.
I do, but I like to have them in person. But I do have everything on my phone, pretty much. But I'll be
in terms of like you can NFC it.
Oh yeah. But I'll be driving to work and realize shit. I left my wallet, which means my license, my ID for the office, the swipe for the office, all of that shit's left. Fuck it. If a police pull me over, I have 24 hours. I have a picture of my license. I'll knock on the door. Somebody will let me in. If I drive into work and realize I left my phone,
for
turning back. That's crazy.
It's like leaving my dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I always say too. It's that's crazy. I will leave my important like my license, all them things there. I'm like, all right, I will be inconvenienced and figure it out for the day. If I leave my phone,
like a nicotine addict like me, I'll leave the vape and be like, I'll get it when I come back home.
Phone?
But you see, if I leave in the phone now, no matter where I reach.
Turning back. I could be late. I could have a meeting. I turn him back. Actually, if I have a meeting, I'll go to the meeting back. I'll be anxious.
Brother?
Till I get to go from
Who calling me? You get the phone dry.
Everything I need on my phone, I can access from my laptop. Literally every single app.
And when you get
more
back
times,
to the phone, it dry, dog. Like, you miss nothing.
It's not
like,
even
it
that.
don't even matter.
It's not even... It's just... I want to be connected. I guess that's what it is. Like, literally
Mega Man.
No, I don't, dog.
Jack in.
Bone up.
Execute.
It's a little crazy how addicted I am technically to my phone and how comfortable I am with it.
They've hacked the body's endorphins thing.
Dopamine. You know what I meant the other day? As you said, hack the la. TikTok and Reels have fucked with my attention span a bit. Because I was watching a video and the video was about 5 minutes long.
And I thought this.
No, I was skipping through it. It's taking too long. And I went, what just happened? And then I was reading something and I skipped a paragraph and I went, no. We're not doing that. Go read properly. And if you're watching something, watch the thing. None of this, I need 10-second bursts. Oh, this is too long of a paragraph. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Gotta go fast.
Nah, we're not. As a matter of fact, I've been working my way through mediations. I ordered the physical book. It was like $5. I was like, I want the hard copy. I want the ways of the ancestors. The old, the brain, no, it too easily. And TikTok is ruining my brain.
Yes.
TikTok is ruining my brain.
Technology is ruining the brain.
Like
convenience ruins the brain. Hard life is what keep you young, you know. That's the fuck up thing, you know.
Huh?
People who live the longest in the world.
Yeah, work hard, live hard.
They generally do physical labor and generally walk more than they drive. Or they ride bicycles.
Convenient. What we were talking about before the podcast, bad man.
They don't eat
as simple as the bad shit. All right.
They don't eat food out of season.
Bro, hold on now. What we're talking about even before the podcast, convenience is killing us. The commodification of convenience. Bad man. Normally you buy, like if you're Jamaican,
you buy a grabber from the stall man. And the stall man unrolls a leaf of grabber and uses his scissors and cuts off a piece to the amount you require.
You get that? You go home, you toast it up, you use it with whatever you use it with. Now it comes in a pre-packaged container, already crushed, already toasted. You can buy it at the gas station for $2. I have not gone to a stall, man.
And it's imported.
Months. Convenience is killing us even with the bad shit. And I'm aware of this and I still do it.
Look up.
I'm going to drop Grabber this year though. But for sure. I have dropped that.
Technology.
Is this marijuana?
And I have a cigarette and a spliff in electronic form.
Let's go.
It's nice. It's that one is not the sour diesel. That one is the other thing that I don't remember. But
This is nice. How much for this?
$6,000.
It's not that nice.
But I got a discount. Well, my brethren bought it and he got a discount. So
Cigarette and a split. Yeah,
so
electronic
this is a cigarette
split.
and a split. Yeah.
Come a long way. Innit?
That's a plug-in. Well, a plug-in one.
No, no, for that one, done it.
Yeah.
Come a long way, you know.
Back in my
And
day,
yet it's gonna kill us
you
all.
would get in trouble
No, it's
for smoking a spliff. Now they're sold in stores.
It's real.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I went to the mall. And I walked into the weed store and I bought an electronic spliff. Like,
Why'd you twang? I walked into the weed store.
bro, because that's
and
how
I
it.
said, can I have one marijuana,
Martin,
please?
it was the other day I was explaining it to my auntie. 'Cause I ended up driving on Addington, my youth. Oh my
Bro.
God. I used to open a gate, walk up to a veranda, a grilled veranda, upon which sat a couple dogs, puppies.
No. It was puppies.
A couple
one dog.
pit bull puppies and them father.
One blue dog. Terror.
Right?
Terror.
You would call out, serve,
Yep.
or yo. A man would appear from the front room and he would not speak to you,
Looking at your face.
just look at you and you would tell him what you want.
Yeah, give me 1 grand bag and 5 bills grabber.
He still hasn't spoken to you. He turns around, reaches into the room. You hear shuffling in the room. Him come back, hand it to you, take your payment, and them say, respect or big up or bless. That is the only conversation. Unless you go, dog, them look nice though.
Yeah, man. Puppy
Yeah,
them,
man.
puppy them for sale.
50 grand a one, you know?
You want one?
I go, this is where we started from. That is not even where we started.
That was the upscale version.
That was, oh my God, that was like,
I used to go by like, alright, so I used to, I hope Pops don't watch this.
we used to go behind Fontana.
Nah, that's what I'm too. I'm talking about when I did Just Start Home Weed. I was fucking high.
Oh, no.
Bro, I used to
never
go.
did this. My friends did the sketchy shit.
I used to go to this stall, man. So you'd like go outside school, walk down the road. This is already in downtown. Walk down the road to the stall and then turn left. You go down this little lane and there's a brother right there. So you'd buy a Bills bag and a Mataran.
And back then, a Bills bag could make 2 spliffs.
Yeah. Yeah, it was horrific though. Horrific weed. We didn't get you high, it just got you sleepy and hungry. Man.
Which is what bushweed does, style weed does to me now.
Yeah, because it's not good. Then from that, you went to, all right, cool, uptown, behind Fontana, Linka Bridget. Give one man the money, drive down, blah, 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 do your thing. Then the other ends, and of course, somebody had to go fuck that up. You remember why that did end? And like them would have to restructure that.
Because of the shooting. Yes. So that's what I'm saying.
Somebody
So
always come fuck up the good things.
I explained. So what we just explained was the beginning of that establishment. That establishment is currently behind a 10-foot wall.
With security cameras.
That there's now a little room at the front.
Heavily cemented walls.
There's a steel door. You open the steel door, you step into the room. Within the confines of the room is about, I want to say floor wise, it's about 3 to 4 feet square footage.
It ain't space.
And about the same 10 foot, because that's high as the wall. You go into the room, there's a camera in the corner, there's a light bulb in the middle hanging off of a wire.
Ain't no paint,
and
to be seen.
There's a hole in the wall that's roughly 3 to 4 inches square, right? Once again, nobody speaks to you. You step into the room, you are not acknowledged. Nobody says anything. You just speak your order into the void.
I get acknowledged, you know. I walk in and I'll hear, yo, bro. And I know who that is. I'm like, oh,
yeah, the most I will get is how much? Yeah. So you speak your order into the void and then fingers appear through the hole.
That's all I can see. You'll see like an eye.
Yeah.
And then you'll see a hand.
Fingers appear in the hole into which you place your money. The money goes in here. Yeah, you see, it's not like we both did it. The money is like a fucking ATM.
Man,
the money pops
money
in.
don't give you shit and there's nothing you can do.
And there's nothing you can do. The money goes in and then a bag of what you ordered comes out. You take it from the fingers and you walk out.
Up.
Yeah.
Manners, up top.
Or usually what happens to me is I wait outside in the line in the residential community.
That is the only time you will see an orderly line would turn over like KFC wishes they could do.
Oh my God, 15 seconds.
Bro, I pulled up to the spot before and it was a line of 10 people in front of me. And the person I was with was like, boom, bang. And I was like, nah, man, no worries. Literally, dog.
This is 1 minute, bro. 10 people, that's 1 minute.
Out. And make you walk in there and don't know what you want. I get cussed from the line, I get cussed from the side, and it's a quiet cuss. You can't cuss loud because it's a residential community and people have manners.
It's like the soup Nazi. It's like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld, dog. You have to know what you're ordering. There's no time, there's no questioning, there's no hesitation.
Same energy know your amount for the ATM. Same energy.
Know your amount. As the door open, as a man step out, as your foot crosses the threshold, you should be saying what you want to the hole.
Grand bag, 3 grand bag, 5 do You just need to know what you want.
And the money should be in your hand already. You shouldn't be digging in your pocket.
Digging into your pocket at that point in time.
You did that in the car. You didn't do that outside because you don't fuck around, right? But in the car,
line it up, push it in your hand, walk,
closed fist. Move.
You don't need to be in there for 30 seconds.
I have had the question asked, you get it already? Yeah. So many times.
Yeah, me too. It's like as soon as I walk in, I walk back out. What? I'm like, man.
Them never have any.
No, I got it.
Do you not see? Do you not smell this?
Do you not smell me?
Do you not smell the chlorophyll?
It's right here. We're good.
The man them picked this morning, brother. You don't smell it?
KFC wishes they had that kind of turnover rate.
And then, like, to us, that was like the epitome, like, and it still exists, but like to me, that's a weed store. Like, so the weed store at the mall.
Oh my God.
Where I can go buy an electronic spliff. Yeah, I'm gonna twang, bro, because that's not Jamaican.
You know, it's funny now. We have a bag of dispensaries here.
With no medical marijuana laws.
Love it. But a bag of dispensaries here.
Fun fact.
Enough that we have trash dispensaries, mid dispensaries, and good dispensaries. I'm not gonna call names, but we all know the trash dispensary.
This one's a nice one.
Yeah. It's that one, and
this one's a nice one.
Fuck, why am I Kaya?
I want to try the one
Jacana and Kaya up there.
I want to try the one that also sells vapes. I want to try them. Mez.
Oh, me too.
Mez has a herbal.
Me too. Yeah. Actually,
on the North Coast.
I keep forgetting. They have one in Ligani.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, across the road in the plaza across the road from the Burger King, Orchid Village.
Really?
Yeah. I keep forgetting. But yeah.
When you go, let me know so you can buy for me. Because
now that it's in my head, I'm going to do it this week.
You see this whole thing. So remember I said, we don't have medical marijuana laws, but all these dispensaries to cover the ass legally force you to interact with a doctor. You pay them a fee. And the doctor gives you a recommendation for marijuana usage.
Oh my God, doc, I can't sleep and I have pain. All right.
Basically, you go into an interview and doctor say, what's your problem? And you go, my back hurts. I'm sorry, bonus spliff.
I have anxiety.
Bonus spliff.
I can't eat.
Bonus spliff.
I can't fall asleep.
Bonus spliff.
Just my foot fall off.
I have cancer. Bonus spliff.
Bone too.
Yeah. CBD preferably. But there are no medical marijuana laws, which is a fantastic to me because when shouldn't say Americans, when the foreigners come from countries that do have medical marijuana laws, they can present their medical marijuana cards at our dispensaries and get weed.
Oh, it's all for sure.
So what is really the basis of this other than another level of cost?
Are psilocybin mushrooms just not illegal?
They are not in Jamaica.
They're just not illegal on the book. They were just not physically written in. Is that what it was? Because I remember there was some kind of loophole why they are. By the way, Patu chocolate, yeah.
I want to try it, but like
I love me a shrooms.
I want to do if I go into shrooms, like I go into shrooms. Like I don't want the social shrooms, you know?
What you mean?
It's like I don't want microdose. I want dose.
I microdose for a little bit.
No, it costs too much. If I grow my own shit, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
A cup of tea every morning.
I microdose for a little bit. I did I was a lot more productive and a lot more
alert.
I'd
like to try it,
but it was definitely the cost of upkeep. Last night, this I don't want to put this in my budget. I'd rather put it toward other things. But when you say trip, man, when you say trip, you mean like you want to see Jesus?
I want to see Jesus and the 13 disciples.
Yo, I told you about the time we made we were in college, university at the time, and we had some shrooms that were particularly potent, and then we went and made tea. We steeped the tea for a little too long, I think. But bro, I heard the painting in Timmy's house that is blue. I'll never forget it. Blue and people playing music. I heard the painting. Dog.
The times I've done shrooms, usually when I do psychedelics, I just lead to really good sex. I mean,
I don't know how you do that. I cannot. I'd be watching your face melt and I'd be dying.
I'm not a visual tripper, but
I am. It's fun. It's pretty fun.
Sex on shrooms was like
hell.
I could feel everything, man.
I don't feel like you feel your pores.
Like all my foot bottom, my.
Nah.
You ever consider you can't feel your foot bottom, bro?
I feel my foot bottom.
No, you know that you're standing, but you can't really feel your foot bottom.
Nah, that shit itch every now and again. I feel my
but it's
foot
like
bottom.
under the skin. You can never that itch that you can't scratch.
Yeah,
you can't.
I get that scratch. What you talking about, bro? God, what you mean? My members say I'm not always at the desk. So some days for my job, real sweaty long days, and I'm carrying around like a lot of heavy camera equipment.
So you have a metal pole that you just used to dig your skin?
Nah, even that, dog. So maybe TMI, but hey, welcome to the part. If you find like a step that's particularly pointy, rub your foot on that. It is the best scratch of. I get why dogs shake them leg. It is the best scratch of life. Some, definitely the corner of the step. Best itching life. Or if your back itching you, corner of the wall, hit that shit properly and just wiggle. Call me Yogi. I get it.
What was saying before your foot started scratching?
You can't feel your foot bottom. Sex on shrooms. You felt everything.
So psychedelics for me, because I don't really see things on my trip. Like I remember at the time I did shrooms before that, and like I looked at my phone and like the icons were wiggling. Like shit like that. Like I get little things like that. When the acid trip, the sky looked cool. I realized that my eyes were on focus. Like
meanwhile, the roof was dripping.
Yeah, it was for me. Like things like that for me is more just a mental opening kind of situation versus a visual tripping situation.
Man, I remember that. We were at grandma's house. And Bob blew everyone's mind. Cause him go, yo, what's CVM stand for?
See, I wouldn't have thought of that without drugs. Like I swear to God, like, that's one of them things you just accept. Your bond come see it.
Just stop and go.
Nobody knows.
What the Yo!
Nobody
and Bob mash
knows.
up the whole room. Meanwhile, I'm looking at the roof dripping. That's quite a shit. Man, you okay?
At this point of life, with a child and being 30,
You don't have that
I have
time.
responsibilities. Psychedelics like that take 2 days, like the day to do it and the day after to recover. I don't have that kind of.
Yo, not for nothing. I remember how Christina's like, yo, Mac used to just change all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she's kind of like hit steady state now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because the development is internal. Every time I go over to your yard and I like power talk to Mac little, she learned so much more between each time. I'm like, it's a supercomputer. I listen, you're a kid too. Went from 1 and 2 sentences kind of shy. Next time I see her, full sentences, Uncle Bro. Like, they mature in
Kids.
In an expert. It's crazy to witness, dog. It is crazy.
Read a girl and sweet face.
In its due time. In its due time. Let us not rush the madness. Yo, friend of mine the other day messaged
Fulfill your Jamaican duty, my boy.
friend of mine messaged me the other day and was like, I had a dream you're expecting a kid. Knocked everything everywhere.
Nah, brother.
I was like, even if it's not possible, don't do that.
You need to go celibate, dog.
Even if it's possible, don't. If it's not possible, don't
Fuck with that,
do that.
dog. You have to wear 3 boots now.
That's friction. They'll break more.
Shut up.
You can't, doubling and tripling up don't help.
Nobody's talking about that.
Just buy a thicker
Ceteris paribus.
That's not how that works. Friction is definitely created equal. Fucking idiot.
to this parable, bro. That's not.
No, that's not how that.
You know what I
works.
mean? It was hyperbole.
I hate you.
It was
I hate you
hyperbole
so much. Hate you so much. Just guys, just if you've never been told before that doubling up, tripling up thing, it don't work. You increase your chance of breaking the actual thing you're using to protect
The
you.
boots.
Yeah, I called Bob the other day.
But in the words of King Sounds, oh yeah, fuck. The girl are the boots. And me are the girl.
The boots for now.
And so I'm in this situation. So I take donations.
And so
Let me be a cautionary tale. You should fuck the boots. The man who said that sentence has 20 children. Alright.
Alright, hold on. Separate and apart from the thing that everybody always thinks about. How you financially deal with so much picnic, blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. You cannot give that much picnic attention, adequate attention for that child. You cannot.
In the words of a poor father that is close enough to me for me to be able to say this. I'm a bad father, but I gave my children very good mothers.
So they will be alright.
So they'll be fine.
That is not okay. That is not okay, bad man. Picnic need both of them parents. This concept of just alright. If she good, she'll raise a good
But no,
picnic.
I won't say that. My virgin father, to be fair,
Can't
while
people
him
do it.
wasn't
You shouldn't do
able,
it.
obviously not able to give 20 children the same time. He financially supported them all.
Which is good.
And he's responsible for all of them. And they all know each other.
Mad admirable.
And
we are ignoring that. That's not all. 'Cause that's what all people always talk about. Like with that Nick Cannon thing.
The Bible
I think he has a breeding fetish, by the way. But like with he said me too.
My lips
Bob!
did not move, bro. My lips did not move. I didn't say a fucking thing. Don't put words in my mouth, bro.
You could have seen.
I didn't say
You guys did see I'm pulling that back
I
over
didn't say a
your
fucking
remember.
thing. I didn't say a fucking thing, man. I didn't say a goddamn thing.
Oh, nail on the head, Bob. Did the ring resonate?
Nah, Nick have a problem, dog. I don't have that problem.
Yeah, all right. So people always talk
He
about
have more
like,
money than me, so that's why I'm doing
you
that.
see, people always talk about the
Maybe
financial
if I had the
aspect
money,
of
man.
it. Whereas like, yeah, man, I have the money, I can pay for the kids stuff, you must be fine. Yo, kids need more than just the money. Like,
Right, so
if you want to form a functional human
if I
being,
give the child a good mother, she'll eventually
that's half
give the
it.
child a good stepfather. You know? Like Future. Future hit the jackpot with Sarah.
And they pass her out to Russell.
Like that kid has a fantastic father now. Like
That's
that
not
nigga traded
it.
up.
That's not it, though, guys. I want better. I want better for the world.
What do you expect from a guy called Nevadius?
That's Future's real name.
His government name.
Nevadia.
Nevadius.
Wow. You know he got bullied, so that's why I'm staying so.
Bro?
The dog went through his villain
No,
arc, came
bro.
crazy.
Did you not see, or you've seen the Key and Peele skit about the high school, the college football draft with the names that these people have?
Yeah.
You know, someone like most of them like genuinely real. Like I saw one of a recent one. Man out there called the realest.
Yeah, because
Man out there called like him first name is the realest.
I don't blame him. I look at his parents. What the fuck is wrong with you? What?
Sweet
What
baby
do-
rays, man.
What the Rasta man did legally name? Genocide ground. Yeah. You see, he named himself, so we can blame him. But if you name your baby something fuck up, I'm not going to look at the kid and be like, Bumba dog. I look at the parents and go, yo, what were you thinking?
How do you find things that you've saved on Instagram?
There
How do
is
you
there
view
is a
them?
way. I don't remember. I don't
You're the
remember right
man.
now.
You're the man.
I don't remember.
I don't use the socials, you know, because as you see, if you go on my explore page, you know what you find. Big girls. Like literally just
Yo. I think you might have a problem, my guy.
Problem, not a problem. An appreciation.
I think you might have a problem, my guy. Like,
Here's the thing. And you know what's funny? Big up Kitson anyway in the world, I'm there. Because I make fun of Kitson.
why?
Because Kitson love a mampy. I don't go as far as Kitson, right? But Kitson is a maga black man from Jamaica.
He's so
it's
skinny.
it's genetic for him to like a mampy.
Yeah.
Maga, there's nobody who love a mampy like a mampy. And if you don't know what a mampy is, fucking hell, brush up on your culture. Him love a mampy, but Maga man always love mampy. And
They do.
Him said they were always surprised that him can lift them up and them things. I said, good for you, my guy.
Strength.
But I always used to make fun of him, but like, as I said, I don't go to his degree, but I understand
my.
my...
Go to his degree, and I know your proclivities. God damn, Kitson.
No, I said mampy.
God damn, Kitson. How Kitson skin? How? All right, cool.
Big is like thick, big, fat. Whoa. The fuck? Like, I'm okay with, chunky, curvy, thick BBW, but like SS BBW, I'm out.
Hey man, I'm fat. I ain't got no room to talk.
What leg am I standing on? My massive one? What the fuck, like?
The fuck I going to say? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just, you like them petite.
I do.
I like them big.
I really do. And I don't know why. I just, it is what it is.
I like to eat in the shade. That's why.
I like a petite and a little mean. I need to work on that little mean part though. You know what I'm saying? I want better for everyone.
Yeah, we need to tame the shrews, guys.
Tame the shoes. That's not your problem.
Why is that my problem?
Why are you trying to tame shrews out here?
Because
Why can't people?
that's what the literature spoke of. It was written.
It has a.
It is
changed
known.
either, you know. It hasn't changed from Shakespeare's time to now.
It is
It has
known,
not changed.
like, it is-
Bad man. The systems have updated.
It's been 500 years. The
graphics
words
have
are still
gotten better.
true.
The processors have gotten better. The engine's going way better, mate. But it's the same code. It's the same code.
The gospel remains, my guy.
It's like Minesweep 4K. Same
Yeah.
game, just sharper.
If I get the misogynistic themes, tones, overtones, undertones, and whatever in Taming of a Shrew.
Yeah, from its time. It's a prioritized time.
What I mean,
Bob! No!
there are some things.
That's our universalism, but we're not gonna admit it.
Like,
I joke.
no. I'm all I'm saying is right.
There's some unfortunate truths.
This was also the argument I had at work again, because I only work with women, and I said it to them the other day that
Primarily me too.
I said
in
it.
office.
I said it to them that women genetically have an issue with accountability because they're born with it. Like I'm growing a child, a female. I can see it. I can see the infancy, and it's not. I'm not giving it to her. I don't think her mother is actively giving it to her, unless she's getting it through osmosis or diffusion. She was born with it genetically. They can't take accountability. So I was saying it to the woman them at work, and what was funny was that all of them laughed and agreed.
I don't feel
So
good
they're self-aware.
about it, but not not doing anything about it. That's what we were saying earlier.
Like,
It's kind of
but how can it be
I get why.
species-wide? Like,
It's because
how is that an endemic trait? Like, how is that an inherent endemic trait?
I don't feel good, and they primarily for the most part experience the world through.
I tell them every day, man, they have to suffer and dead. Woman and pitney alone live life. And one of them said, no, man, live life. I
This
said,
is
no.
where we diverse.
Man go work, bring home the money. The woman spend the money and buy things for happy. And take the money, send the pitney go school and go have fun. And the man go back to work.
And why he want me and pick me and join him? That don't sound fun. Like everything in its time, all right, guys.
Stop be a fucking girl, man.
Me, I drive the truck.
Be a man.
Me, I drive the truck.
Be a man. Overpopulate.
I'll get there.
Fuck the climate.
I'll get there.
Fuck the environment.
No need to rush.
Have more kids.
Take your time. Get your shit together. Then do your thing.
Overpopulation is a myth, to be fair. What we have is
Everybody just wants to live at the river delta.
We have a very poor allocation of space and resources because rich people hoard everything.
And everybody wants to live at the River Delta. Therefore, the prices at the River Delta are going to go up. So we're all shooting ourselves in the foot to a degree, but I'm a hypocrite because I live in Avondale. This property I live on, I'm pretty sure used to be a house, just like the one across the road. It's now a complex of apartments. Kind of what happened.
I'll never forget, dog. Fourth form, my biology teacher said we're all going to drown in our shit. This was when Paddington just started turning from houses to apartments.
Oh, yeah.
And she said that
Yeah.
all of these new complexes are being built, turning a single home sewage system into a multi-home sewage system. But NWC is not upgrading their sewage system.
Of course they will. They just wait until the road.
So when you flash it, we's all going drown.
They just wait until the road is paved and then they draw a line and dig up that part
Hey,
of the road.
listen, I used to say that, but
That is what them do. You can't do no different.
in the one defense I will ever make
Feelings over facts, Bob.
of the heart, oh Jesus, this is why I can't have empathy. In the one time I will ever defend NWC, for the most part, when a road is paved and then you see them come fuck it up again, it's because the paving of the road fucked up the pipe.
Why don't they not know how to pave the road and not do that?
I'm not defending that part. I'm defending this part.
Okay.
This question is only worth 5 marks. You don't need to write so many lines.
Hey man.
This question is only worth 5 marks.
Oh God, you just brought up our oppressed man. You just brought up our oppressed thing I don't like. Like I tried to let go of all of those things. So but this one I apparently
Nah, bro. If you give me an exam with a mark scheme, you have set my level of effort for every question.
It's not that. It's not that. All right, so I used to have bad test anxiety and it used to fuck me up. So I'd been in an exam, and I've been in an exam before where I write out hell, draw out diagrams out hell, still fail the exam. So I would always not be sure, but it's the only time.
You feel like if you just keep explaining, they'll get it and give you a mark.
Kinda. But
Anxiety, you just have to give them every possible explanation to convince them.
nah, it was less that. I remember this specific exam because the teacher had said multiple times before, if you can give him a properly detailed diagram, that will probably equal to the amount or more. Because I appreciate that. So I remember I was in there and I was drawing a diagram. And in my head, I was like, I really hope this is the right option. It was. I got a B+. But there's this girl beside me and another one behind me. Them asked for extra paper 2 times. But they are draw a diagram and them ask for paper and I write out hell. I was like, oh, am I gonna fail?
Let me tell you something about that extra paper thing there, brother.
Right. Never asked for extra paper in my life. And those of you who did, show off your show off.
This is, and funnily enough, this ties back into what we started talking about at the beginning about me thinking about myself. As being a lawful neutral, in that I have my own set of laws that I live by. I don't try to impose them on anybody else, hence the neutral. But I'm going to live by them. Whether it makes sense or not to anybody else, these are just my things, my creed. This is what I do.
Morals and ethics.
I'm very sure about majority of those things about myself. Like, I know who I am. I know what I do. This is why I said, when you said you think about whether your mind and your heart align, I don't have that consideration. Maybe because I don't have the empathy, the heart part. But I don't consider that because everything I do is already coming from that creed.
Sure.
Like, so there, I don't have to consider whether, remember when Rick and Morty did split into 4? I don't have to consider whether all of them was going to make the same decision and come back together. I know all of my niggas would have made the same decision and come back together.
And like I said, I'm chaotic neutral.
Right.
So I'm genuinely can go either way if I want to, blah, blah, blah. So I have a moral code that I try to ascribe to it, like da. Please gotta keep checks and balances to make sure you walk in that path because I have the ability and proclivity to go any which way I want.
What were we talking about before that?
It's a little bad. When?
Well, just a while ago. Why did I get back to the full circle? I wanted to say something about it.
I definitely lost that train. If you give me 5 minutes, I'll bring it back.
I wanted to say something about it, which is why I brought it back full circle to that, about thinking about myself and who I am as a person.
Extra papers.
Right. So that's I became familiar with who I am as a person very early on in life based off of little things like that. I knew I was never going to be an extra paper guy. I knew that, Martin. I also knew.
I've never had though.
I also knew I was never going to be a check over my answers guy because I tried being that guy in like first and second form because I saw everybody around me doing it.
Nah, I definitely checked over.
And I really, no, here's my thing with checking over, second guessing.
No. Dyscalculic and math. I'll add everything up, blah, 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 and then said, and it should be 519. Might write 591. So I'll just go back through just to make sure that it makes sense.
I mean, fair.
God, bio, chem, I ain't rechecking any of that shit.
I don't
Physics,
recheck.
pray to the God of like fortune, and that was it.
Brother?
Math, though, I had to recheck.
I don't recheck. I had multiple choice or long paper.
No, I'm not rechecking multiple choice. I doubt myself and fuck up that.
Exactly. So I'll do that for everything. So I do it the first time. I read the question properly. I understand the question. I do it properly the first time. I never look back at it again. So I always
I've definitely
going through
misread
high
the first
school. I always finished at high school and university. I always finished my exams, tests, whatever first.
Depend on the subject.
And then the teacher would be like, looking at me like, you sure you done? I'd be like, yeah. They're like, you don't want to check over? I'd be like, why? The answer not going to change. And if it change, it going to be wrong. No.
It depends on the subject.
Nah, I don't. Here's my thing with school. And this is why I made a bad teacher. Why teachers college never worked out for me. My brain works really well at taking in information for the most part. The only thing is that if it's not interesting, I have a problem focusing on it. But taking in the information, I don't have an issue with. And for the most part, just learning something new in and of itself is interesting to me. So most subjects at school, I was okay with. Fuck music, fuck art. I don't know. I'm a robot.
I love art.
No, as a subject?
Love art.
No, because my teacher, I just, here's my thing with art.
God, what was the name of my art?
Art shouldn't be a structure.
I used to part in his room so often. Mr. Watson, big you up if you're still about.
I don't think art should be. Art is an expression of the artist.
In high school, there's less.
It's lines.
It's learning the
perspective, right?
Learning technique,
right? So it never vibe with me.
And then you express the technique in different.
It
ways.
never vibrate. Energy never vibrate with me. So I just never. Yeah.
You say you're a robot. Anything with self-expression.
No, if it's gonna be self-expression, let it be self-expression. Don't structure self-expression.
You gotta learn the techniques for certain things before you fly.
There's no technique to art. Whatever I give you as the art is the art because I, the artist, said it is art.
Yo, cross-hatching, never learn. Like, I know how to do it, never used it.
I can cross-hatch, I can stipple.
I used to get marked down for that, right? Because I'd start cross-hatching and I was getting annoyed. Flip to another page, scrape finger, smudge what I'm doing. Then use like smudge different fingers, different amounts, and then use that to get the color, the different degree I wanted.
And then they told you it was wrong. Even though what you were doing was an advanced technique.
Yeah, he'd always be like, no, I do it the right way. I'm like, this is the way. It's just like,
Exactly.
He go look fly.
And that, kids, is why I don't like school. that right there. Martin did not do it wrong, but he was told it was wrong.
Wasn't going to change. Still haven't changed. Not going.
But that's because of you.
Nigga, you think I cross-hatched that drawing?
That's because of who you are as a person and because you were also sure of who you are. Very few people can say that about themselves, in all honesty, you know. Especially in the modern society where so many people's self-image is dependent on outside sources.
I think it's so wild. Like, remember I saying there's a quote he was saying.
And I'm not saying I'm fully secure within myself, but I know who the fuck I am.
It's a funny paradox because we all, for the most part, love ourselves above everyone else, as you should, but we care about everyone else's opinions a little too much.
Sometimes more than our own. Why that turn off?
Battery on the monitor dead, camera still going.
Okay.
That crazy.
No, even in the something there, the same thing I was saying to them at work about the homosexuals again. I said, because she's adamant that them seeing like kids being exposed to it being, it came up that I was like, I'm sure they're teaching it in schools, in social studies, like when you learn about the nuclear family, single parent family and them thing there. I'm sure you learn now, modern times, about same-sex parent in a nuclear family.
Yeah.
She was like, no, she don't want fear of I learn about that. I'm like, do you think...
Put them out of school?
I said, no. I said to her, once again, logic. I said, do you think the knowledge of this is going to make him do it? No, not even that. Just knowing about it is going to make him want to do it. Like, that's what you're saying. And then I never said this to her, but to me, why I asked that question is because if you honestly believe, because it's not just she alone believe this, a lot of people globally believe this, that knowing about gays is going to influence people to be gay. Same way them
how
feel.
shaky of character are you?
Who the fuck are you? Like, are you that hollow
How
that
shaky
just
of character are
seeing
you?
this?
Just seeing something. Okay,
I'm gonna do this.
You don't have any
Nothing.
character, strength of character. Listen,
You don't
it's
know
o- it's
who
okay,
you are as a person.
It's okay to change your mind when presented with new evidence.
Yes.
But there are many a time in life when you're going to have to just plant yourself like a tree and go, no, you move.
Yeah.
It's called strength of character.
Ideological differences exist
It's
for a
fine.
reason.
Bob is my best friend. We agree to disagree on
many
certain things. And
Yes.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I believe this, you believe that. You can argue point all
Fine.
day. I just believe
That's
this.
my thing. This is my thing. That's your thing. We can argue. We're never gonna change each other's minds. So just
You know,
move on.
that's kind of like the difference between being a pacifist and being a coward, in the sense that both of them don't express violence, but a pacifist, a true pacifist, has the ability and capability to be dangerous and violent, but chooses not to. If you do not have that capability and you're not choosing not to, you're just a coward. You can't do it.
You're running away.
Self-control means nothing if there's nothing there to control it. Like, be dangerous, but don't be a danger. You know what I mean? Like, Gohan, nigga, that was some cell game shit. You learn a lot from these from anime is all I'm saying, motherfucker. But yo, thank you for rocking with us for this episode. Bob, you have any closing words for the folks?
Nope.
Nope, that's it. Stay. What do you always say?
Fuck y'all niggas.
No.
Listen to the next episode or
Hope you
else.
guys had a good time. Please leave a like, comment below, share it with your friends. Till next time.
Yeah, fuck yourselves.
Bob.
Lovingly.